Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well on this Tuesday morning. So my name is Charles Owen. I'm going to be your host today on the Paladin University, and today we're going to learn some tips and tricks on how to do cascading sales. So oftentimes during the holidays, you purchase a lot of holiday type products. You can classify those products into different groupings and go ahead and put in different sales based on what time of the month it is, how close you get to the holidays, where you might want to start putting stuff on sale 30 days prior to the holiday, maybe 2 weeks, or even as close as a week, and then afterwards as well. So we're going to talk about how to do that in Paladin. So just some quick housekeeping here. If you have any questions, we'll hold those off until the end. I am recording this, so it will be available for to watch. You can share it with other folks in your store or other folks as well. So if you have any interruptions, if you have customers come in and they need your help, definitely they come first. Go ahead, help them, and then you can always watch the recording later. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to learn today is what a cascading sale is, and then basically what's the basic structure for sales. How do they work in Paladin? We're going to talk about that, and then using cascading sales for closeouts during the holidays, and then a bunch of how-tos. So I'm going to walk through creating a sale list, creating pricing plans, importing sales, setting up the cascading pricing plans, and then we're going to get into, so what do you do now? After you've set everything up and it's all automated from that point forward, well, we need to print sales reports and potentially print signs as well, so you can promote those products. So that's starting with what is a cascading sale? What is it offers progressive discounts on closeout items. For example, if you have items that start out at a 20% discount, they go to 30, and they go to 50 after a couple of weeks. This is what we're talking about here, how to set up a cascading sale so you don't have to babysit it. You can actually set it up far in advance. And yeah, so we'll how do sales work in Paladin? So if you don't already know, you need to know this. If you haven't done or worked with pricing plans or sales lists before, this is probably good information. So sales items can be contained in a sale list. So items that you are putting on sale, you put in a price, you put them in a sales list. Now, in order to invoke those sales, you need to tie a pricing plan to that. So in this case, the example I show on the left-hand side, I show a pricing plan. It is set to a sale list range of 75 and 75. That's what the sale list is. As you can see on the middle screen there under sale list, it says ID number 75 under the blue bar. And you just add items to that sale list, and you set a fixed sale price for each item. And again, these work in conjunction with each other. You can also add date ranges when to activate those sales for the pricing plan. These are tied very closely together, where you create a sale list, you assign it to a pricing plan, and then you can assign additional rules to the pricing plan, such as date range. All right, so what's the other option? Well, the other option is just create a pricing plan and use it without a sale list, and look at a broad spectrum of items like classes, departments, subclasses, suppliers, that sort of thing. So you wouldn't actually tie it to a specific sale list. As I show the big red X under the pricing plan only option, you would not reference a sale list for the pricing plan. But again, you need to be careful about this one, because it encompasses a much wider range of products. For example, a specific department or department range, class or class range. And when you do this, it's going to affect more products than just adding some products to a sale list. So in the case for this example today, we're going to be doing the conjoin, the pricing plans with sale list, and we're going to show how to set this up. And the reason why I use sale list with the cascading sales is because we can do a lot of extra things like generate signs and tags and sales sales signs and things, which you can't necessarily do if you don't identify the actual items in a pricing plan only option. So that's why we are covering this way today. So using Cascade sales for closeouts during the holiday, it's great because you can make sure that the inventory purchase for the holidays are sold by the end of the calendar year, end of the time frame that you want to get them sold, get them off the books, out of the inventory, free up some additional space. And these pricing plans and sales lists can be added and pre-programmed way in advance of the sale. So you can actually set up, the next, 2 years of sales and pre-programmed in the system, because we're activating them through a start and a stop date, right? Also, the sales signs can be generated in Paladin to use to promote the discounted products. So how do we create a sale list? Well, the first thing in Paladin, on the file menu at the top, you click setup, right? In the Paladin configuration window, click the sale list tab. And in the sales section, that top section, click new. And you're going to create a name for your sale list. In addition, in the ID box below that, you'll need to put in a unique ID number and one that isn't already used. If it is already used, it'll tell you and warn you that it's used. And then you save it. And that's basically a new sale list. Well, now you need to add products to that sale list, meaning actual items that you want to identify and put a sale price. So you can do the one by one, where you just go in and hit new on the sale items down below from where you established and created your sale list. These are sale items that you're going to add individually. Or what you can do is you can import them from a file, either an Excel spreadsheet or a text format. So you'll want to create an Excel spreadsheet with 2 columns. And you can use any headers you like, but I would put in part number and sale price on that first row above those 2 columns, part number and sale price respectively. And then once you put in your sale items and the sale prices that you want to charge for those products during that particular sale, you save it as a .txt or text file. When you do that, then you just go to the sale list tab, again, as you are right now, we show on the screen. And you see number 1 there on the right-hand side of the image where it says import. You click import, point to that document, and all of those sale items will be magically entered into the sale list. Much faster, much more streamlined way to do it. If you've got 2 or 3 or 5 items, yeah, just go in and create the sales items each one by one. But if you've got a number of items, a dozen or 2 dozen or 100, you definitely want to create that in a different environment. Now just for you heavy techies out there, you can export this information from Paladin by, either and then sort it by class or department, however you want, and then take that list and the 2 columns, the part number and the sale price, and add those into a spreadsheet and get rid of all the other columns. And then you can just, using that sale price, you can decrease those by a certain percentage using the wizardry of Excel to do that. And magically, you've got now, hundreds or thousands of products that have a new sale price, and you can create a sale list that way as well. And then you would save it as a text file and import it just like this. All right, so moving on. So now that we have our sale list, we have our list of items that we want to put on sale. Now we need to create a pricing plan. Well, good news is on that sale list that you were on previously, the sale list tab, at the very bottom it says, hey, create a new pricing plan. So it lets you actually jump from the sale list to create a new pricing plan. And when you do that, it jumps to the pricing plan. I'm going to switch to the screens here to how to create a pricing plan. And it automatically adds that sale list range, item number 4 on the center of the screen, the center of the image, where it creates that, it takes that sale list that you were working within and applies it to the pricing plan. So that's a great thing. You don't have to remember what that ID was when you create a pricing plan using that method. Or you can just go to File Setup, click on Pricing Plans, and you can add a new pricing plan that way as well. So you press new, number 1 here on the screen in blue, jumps you up to the number 2 area under name, where you put in your name of the pricing plan. It can be the exact same name as the sale list. That works as well if you want to do that, or you can at least make it similar so you know that they're associated. Number 3, you'll want to apply to all transactions. Now this little box here is very powerful. If you press number 3, every transaction that gets processed will go through this pricing plan for those items in that sale list. So make sure you've got things tied down before you click that box. But this is part of creating a promotion and a sale in Paladin. You definitely want to apply to all transactions. Why is that even there? Well, if you don't apply to all transactions, it's a secret sale. It's basically a trade discount that you can apply to any business or customer on their record in the customer section of Paladin. So that becomes a trade discount if you do not check that. And that's possible as well. You might want to apply this particular pricing plan to your best customers so they get the sale prices, but nobody else does. But in general, you'll want to check that box, number 3, apply to all transactions. Number 4, as I mentioned, is the sale list range. Now that can refer to one sale list or multiple sale lists. In this case, it's just tied to sale list ID number 1. Down below that, when you're creating a pricing plan that's going to a particular sale plan, you don't need to fill in any of the other information except for potentially date range, number 5. At the bottom there, you can see you can put a start and an end date in. So that's, I highly recommend it. It's actually required for cascading sales because you need to tell it when to start the sale and when to stop the sale, and then when to start the next sale, and when to stop the next sale, and so on and so forth. All right, so let's move on. That's how you create a pricing plan. So now that you've got the sale list created, you got a pricing plan that points to that sale list. Now you can go ahead and create your cascading pricing plans, meaning you want 3 pricing plans referencing 3 sale lists. The sale lists are going to be set up, the first one with a 20% discount or 25. You pick the number. And you now create a pricing plan that points to that specific sale list, and you set a start date and an end date. In this case, my example shows we have pricing plan number 1 tied to sale list number 1. Sale list items have a 20% discount already factored into the price. Start date is all that has to be entered into the pricing plan. And you started, for example, December 1st through December 10th. Now, on December 1st at midnight, those items that are in that sale list will be discounted to whatever price you have. Now, let's say you get closer to the end of the month and you say, okay, so now I want to create a pricing plan number 2. You create that and tie it to a sale list number 2. The difference of the sale lists this time is it has a 30% discount of the same items that were discounted 20% a week before. And you set this one to start date on the day after pricing plan number 1 expires on December 10th. You want to then create pricing plan number 2 to start on the 11th. So at midnight on the 11th, that sale will also begin. So there will automatically be a 30% discount on those same items. And you run that till the 17th. Then you create a pricing plan number 3 with referring to or pointing to sale list number 3, and you add that as a 50% discount. Now on the starting date, the date after pricing plan number 2 expired, which is the 17th, you'll start December 18th with the new pricing, the 50% discount pricing, and that goes through the end of the month. So you do these all at the same time. And the nice thing is once you create one sale list, especially if you have it saved in a file like an Excel spreadsheet, it's really simple just to add the additional discounts, the 30% and the 50% to those sale lists, and then import those into your system as we described earlier. So now that you have, let's say it's mid-November, you've created all these sale lists, you've created all the pricing plans, everything's set up. So now all you have to do is wait till that morning, and when you start scanning product, magically the discounted prices will start showing up. So really cool way to do it. Now, when you do it this way, the nice thing is now you can generate all kinds of sales signs and as well as reports and things like that. So the next topic here is how to print a sales report and export data to generate signs. So the first thing is you just go to File, Setup, as we did before, go into the Paladin configuration and click on the sale list. And in the sale list, now I show this in the background, you'll see the sale list covered up with these other images, but you'll see that there's two buttons there on the right-hand side of the page in the sale list, and it says Print and Print Sign, right? To generate a report of the actual items, you just click on the Print button, and that will show you in the top of the screen here, the top image shows the line number, the part number, the description, stock on hand, retail price, and sale price. So you now have a listing of all the sale items, and you can do what you want with that. You can use it in advertising or however you want to use it. All right, the next item, the print sign button actually prints a sign, but it doesn't print the sign, it stages it in a file, and then you go in and you tell it what style of sign you want. All it does is save the data. So you can, when you print sign, you're going to get this pop-up box, the one in red that says sales sign export. All you do is you set the start and ending date of the sales sign, and then you put the either append the file or overwrite the file. Most of the times you're going to want to overwrite it because you're creating a new batch of sale signs, so you can overwrite the file that's already in there. Okay. Yeah, then you select OK, and it doesn't look like it does anything, but it's actually saving a file. So now the next step is to get that file and apply it to a particular type of signage. And we have gobs of different signs. So how to do that is you click on reports, and this isn't the reports on the module, main module, but this is the reports at the top of the screen on the menu items. And then from there, you go to Microsoft Access Templates. So Microsoft Access Templates are updated on a regular basis as we add custom reports and custom bin tags and price tags and item tags and things of that nature. It all goes out there. So when you access this, hopefully you're pulling up the latest copy. There is a way to go in to maintain, download MS Access Templates, and it will download the latest copy if you don't have them. But they should come down automatically with your Paladin updates. So once you click on that, then I don't show any of the rest of these screens, but it's pretty self-explanatory. There's a number of different options that come up when you go into Microsoft Access Templates. You'll see item tags, bin tags, signs, reports. There's just a number of different categories. Pick the category sales signs. From there, you now can select the desired sales sign type and size. So we have multiple to choose from. 4 on a page is what you're seeing here, what I've shown here. And depending on the sign, it may ask you to put in information about that sale. In this case, I put in the words Black Friday. This is a 4-up page, so we have 4 signs per page. Or you can do 2 per page, or you can do 1 per page. So you can get the sign as big as an 8.5 by 11 or smaller as a quarter of a page. And once you bring that up, you just hit print. Now, what you have to, what can really be a benefit and help you is to go to the LTSR catalog in the Paladin knowledge base. So if you go to Paladin, or actually, if you go to the application itself and click on help, you can go directly to knowledge base. Or if you don't have the application open, you can go into portal.paladinpos.com. And once you go into that, you can go into the knowledge base and search for LTSR, stands for labels, tags, signs, and reports. When you do that, there'll be an option to download or view a PDF document. It's about 40+ pages, and it has all of our different tags and signs and and reports and different things that we offer. And it shows the different formats, the different sizes they come in. A lot of really, really good and important and powerful information. So this way you don't have to go through and generate reports or generate a file for each one to figure out which one you want. You can look through the guide and go directly to the particular sales sign that you're looking for. All right. So that is that really concludes the cascading sales of how all that works. But I do want to share with you, I mentioned in the very beginning slide, right? We talked about you can have a pricing plan that's tied to a sale list, or you can just have a pricing plan. This is true. You can make a promotion very easily and very quickly by just creating a pricing plan. But again, it's more broad. It encompasses a much more wide range of products than just creating a sale list of specifically addressing those specific items. In this case, sales numbers, that first category you see here, is tying it to a sale list. But if you ignore that, or you don't want to do that, and you want to tie it to something more encompassing, like a departments or supplier or class or subclass, those are all available to do. So you can say, give me a discount, give my customers a discount for department number 10, and apply it to all products and all customers. And that's where you'll select that apply to all transactions. So that would mean that everybody coming to your store, if you set the department number up, you can identify the department or department range, and then you would apply either a date range, which is possible, or you don't have to put a date range in, it'll be good forever. And then you can set up a discount or a markup. So normally for something like this, you put a discount of 10%, or something, just a discount of some sort. Again, if you're doing a trade discount, you would not check the apply to all transaction box. You would more than likely do a markup in some cases, a discount in others. And you can say, for example, I want a markup of 17% on all the paint products, but on all the hardware products, I'll just give them a 5% off of retail. So there's just a really wide spectrum of sales and promotions that you can set up. We also have advanced sales as well, which I think I have a webinar on. Yes, I did a BOGO webinar. Those are advanced sales. So you can now add things like buy one, get one free, buy one, get any one of these other products for free, or buy one, get a percentage off, buy one, get a dollar amount off, buy two, get a dollar amount off, get a percentage off. Just a ton of different options for BOGO and BOGAs. You know, buy one, get one, or buy one, get any. Those are under the advanced training. So a number of different options you have. There's really no end to to limiting the sales that you'd want to apply for either your good customers, your trades, or the public in general. So that really concludes the presentation for today. I hope that was helpful. If we have any questions, just go ahead and put them in the question box down below. I don't see any at this point. I will put in a plug for the next webinar, which is December 7th. It's again, it's more tips and tricks on managing holiday returns. Very important topic. You don't necessarily want to be giving products away for more or less than what the customer paid for them. And we're going to show you different options that you can activate in the system, which you may or may not have activated today, which require an invoice, other returns that don't require an invoice. But regardless, you'll definitely want to watch this webinar to try to hold on some of those dollars. And also we show you how to look up returns or look up items that have been purchased in the past, whether they be a cash transaction or a specific entity or customer. All right, so stay tuned for that, December 7th. Still not seeing any questions. So I just want to wrap it up just by saying that this is being recorded right now. It will be available to view. If this is helpful to you and you find it useful, definitely share it with the rest of your team. You can always go to paladinpointofsale.com and view our retail science for current articles and tips on trends that are happening in the retail industry. We also have our webinars, which are, this one will also be available there as well. We've got, gosh, well over 100, probably even close to 200 webinars that are available as a self-help tool and kind of figure out how to do different things. And then also we have our knowledge base as well. And the Paladin store is out there as well. So if you go to paladinpointsale.com, in the top right-hand corner, you'll see, or actually I think now we've changed our websites up at the top, where you can click on websites and it'll show you all these different websites to go to. All right, I'm not seeing any questions, so I'm gonna let everybody go here. Thank you so much for attending. I really appreciate it. God bless you and have a great rest of the day. Until next time.